riding through the San Bernardino National Forest. We are in the mountains northeast of LA on California State Route 18. This is part 31 of our ride from Texas to California and back again, starting at Arrowbear Lake. Arrowbear Lake gets its name from being halfway between Lake Arrowhead and Big Bear. The altitude here is 6,086 feet. Most highway information I found, including Google Maps, shows the Rim of the World Highway ending at Running Springs. However, there are a few that say Rim of the World goes to Big Bear Lake. California 18 to Big Bear Lake and the area is a beautiful ride, but it is not a scenic byway. We saw a lot of the snowplow trucks in Angeles National Forest and in San Bernardino National Forest. The San Bernardino Mountains do get snow. In the summer, these trucks are used for rocks. It is common to have rock or landslides year-round. On a ride in the Rockies a few years ago, I came across a snowplow. It was coming the other direction and had the plow facing me instead of facing the outside of the road. I did slow down and get over as far as I could, but it still almost blew me off the road. State Route 18 has changed over the years as interstates have been built in the Los Angeles area. Current route dates back to 1933. The road has existed since 1917. On our right is Snowdrift Tubing Park. They have tubing slopes for beginner to advanced levels and is said to be Southern California's largest tubing park. We are now passing Snow Valley Mountain Resort. They have skiing for all levels, including night skiing until 8 p.m. and even a chairlift to the sledding areas. In the summer, they use a chairlift for hiking and mountain biking. We are riding in the San Bernardino Mountains. The highest altitude is San Gorgonio Mountain at 11,489 feet. San Gorgonio Mountain is in the southeast section of the San Bernardino National Forest. We are riding in roughly the middle of the forest, where the elevation of the peaks is just under 8,000 feet. Many people came to the San Bernardino Mountains during the gold rush of 1860. People lived in the lower altitude of the mountains, but used the wood and water found at the higher altitudes. By the 20th century, resorts and irrigation were being built in the mountains. The California Aqueduct is still in the San Bernardino Mountains today. I don't see a name on Google Maps for this overlook or for most of the overlooks in this area. We are roughly halfway between Snow Valley Mountain Resort and Big Bear Lake Dam. Enjoying the view of San Bernardino National Forest. Continuing our ride on California 18, heading east. The San Andreas Fault lies along the south end of the San Bernardino National Forest. It is what created these mountains about 11 million years ago. Thanks to the fault, the mountains are still rising. The slip rate along the fault runs from 20 to 35 millimeters a year. The San Andreas Fault is broken up into many sections. This section here is the southern section. It has many names, one of them being the Mojave segment. There were earthquakes not far north of here 2 days after we were here. These earthquakes were felt as far away as Mexico and had aftershocks for a few days. Luckily, by that time, we were far enough away, we didn't feel them. That would not have been fun on a motorcycle. Big Bear Lake. Below us, to the left, is Big Bear Lake Dam. Big Bear Lake has lots of outdoor activities. Hiking, boating, off-road trails, zip line, golf, horseback riding, and the ski hills are just a few. There are a few places in town to rent boats. Pontoon boats for fishing, kayaking, and wave runners are popular on the lake, as well as wakeboarding and water skiing. Around the corner on the right is Castle Rock Trail. The trail is a 2.6-mile long hike to the top of a mountain with a great lookout. There are many hikes in the area, including the Pacific Crest Trail, which runs north in the mountains of Big Bear Lake. The Pacific Crest Trail runs from Canada to Mexico in the mountains in the western United States. There are off-road Jeep tours going out of Big Bear. You drive their Jeep and follow a guide. They have tours from beginners to advanced, and some that include a gold mine tour. On the right is Alpine Slide at Magic Mountain. They have an alpine slide, in the summer a water slide, mini golf, and go-karts. Their newer attractions are the Soaring Eagle and a roller coaster. The Soaring Eagle is like a chairlift that goes fast down the mountain. We are coming into the town of Big Bear. The first traffic of the day and a chance to lane split. On the left is Stanfield Marsh Wildlife and Waterfowl Preserve. This is part of Big Bear Lake. Big Bear Snow Play is on the right. This has tubing, a ropes course, and go-karts. Thanks for joining me on my ride through the San Bernardino Mountains. The east end of Big Bear Lake on the left and the airport on the right. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe and add any comments below. Next, we will be heading down to the Mojave Desert. Check out and subscribe to my social media pages to follow my moto adventures.